Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF. We want the Facts Game Show. MikeC.
And I'm Fred Watt.
Man, today we're talking to you about digital, physical, and some other announcements as well too, Fred. So let's start off about the digital and physical.
All right. So before we get into that, man, we had actually recorded this yesterday, but the audio didn't sync up. So I just want to make sure we are live. Let me make sure everybody can hear us. Let me go to the Facebook page and make sure everybody can hear us. Let me turn this up. We did this yesterday. All right. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Well, I don't see my face on that jump.
Oh, there we go. Live internet. All right. So yesterday we announced a contest that we're doing that's going to last to the end of the year. And depending on how many people participate is depending on the prize that we're giving away. We want to give away a VR headset, but if we don't have a large mass of people participating, then it's going to be something that you won't be disappointed with, right? So this is the thing. We're doing a Pac-Man challenge where you have to get the highest score from now to December the 25th, right? Let's say we're going to start next week because I got to set everything up. And the game that we're going to be playing is going to be Pac-Man on the PlayStation. It's a Pac-Man game that's on the PlayStation 4, right? Mm-hmm. So Mike and I will have the game. So this is how you participate. First, it's going to cost you $1, right? Donate $1 to the show, and it's going to give you 2 opportunities to defend your score, right? So the first time that you play, if you come back and you're going to check the page and you see somebody beat your score, then you have another opportunity to beat that score. So basically, it's 50 cents a game, right? So the rules are, of course, you must subscribe to the YouTube channel. You must friend us on Facebook, and you must add us to the PlayStation friends list, Mike and myself. And you have to have the ability to play this game. You have to have the ability to share play with Mike or myself. If you have the game, then you can do so. You can call in and we'll stream the game live. All of this stuff is going to be live, right? We don't want to do anything behind the scenes. We want to do it live, right? So, and that's just a simple rule. So we're going to actually start it next week because I got to set everything up. So either you can try your luck all through the week. It's going to have to be after 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. Unfortunately, YouTube does not pay us enough to sit in our drawers and eat Cheetos all day, and which we would like to, but we're not at that point right now where we can do so. So you're going to have to wait until Mike and I get off of work, and then you see who's online, and then you say, hey, I want my turn, and then you just hit us up. You can hit us on Facebook Messenger, which we would prefer. You know, you have to add us to the friend list, or you have to add Mike as well to the friend list. And all the descriptions and all the links and stuff are down below in the description of this show, as every show. And we will post your score on our website. And then the only thing you have to do is just check the website and see if your name is still up there, and see if, or check the videos, you know what I'm saying, to see if you're the current leader. So that's what you have to do. It's just as simple as that. Friend us on the YouTube side. Send us subscribe to the YouTube side. Send us a friend request on the Facebook side. Also do it on the PlayStation side. Mike or myself, and then just have the ability to share play. Now you don't have to have a PlayStation to play this. To participate in this, you can use somebody else's account, or you can go over somebody else's house that has a PlayStation that's able to be shared played. Now, if you have the game that we are playing, it's It's 2 on the PlayStation Network. I only have the 1. And before we go, I'll tell you what game that is. But
Okay.
it's just a Pac-Man game. If you want to download it and whatever. But that's what we're doing, and that's where we. I don't think we made it clear enough yesterday when we went live. So hopefully today people understand, and we'll say it again before we close out the show. But let's talk about physical versus digital, and plus we have the PlayStation news with the new rendition of the PlayStation coming out, the all digital. Well, really not digital because they're going to be able to add a Blu-ray drive, and then the one that does come with the physical drive. The one that doesn't come with a physical drive that you can add later, it costs more than the one that does come with a physical drive. And I don't know when they release it, will the physical drive be able to be brought that day? You know what I'm saying? They say they're supposed to release this thing in November. So next month, this thing is supposed to be coming out, supposedly. So we're going to talk about that briefly, and then we're going to add in why Mike and I think that digital will not be the way to go. All right, Mike. So as I said yesterday, when the audio didn't record, I think my story is a little bit longer, so we'll let you go first.
All right, so PlayStation 5, as you guys know, they're coming up with a PlayStation 5 Slim model, and it's going to, like Fred said, it's going to have the option as far as to come with the HD drive, or you can do just a digital version where you can add on to the HD drive. So if you do that, the digital version add on to the HD drive, it's going to be costing more than that. So the digital one's $449, and the one with the drive already included is $499. So if you choose to wait until later, you're gonna be paying another, I think what they say, another $80 or something like that, $60 to $80 for that add-on piece. Plus, to a caveat, the game comes with a regular horizontal vertical stand, but a horizontal stand, okay. But you had to pay extra for the vertical type of stand. So they're basically nickel and dime for these accessories, for that. If you want to see about, because these are going to be the future PlayStation 5s as soon as they deplete what they have in the warehouse of these current PlayStation 5s that we're playing right now. So if you want to hop on that before you had to slide onto this digital era, which me and you don't agree on, you know what I'm saying? And we highlighted this. It's just going to sound like the same thing, but you guys didn't hear it yesterday. As far as when you purchase these games now, you really don't own them. Okay, especially these digital copies. Let's say your stuff end up getting banned or anything like that, or you lose your account or something like that. You can't get these games back. So it's just basically lost all that hard-earned money that you pay for these games gone. With the physical version, granted, the physical versions are not complete games, but what it does when you get the physical version and you hook it up to the internet, it could download that information, as far as all that new information, for that game, so you can play the game again. Granted, you might lose your save files, but you still have the game. That's the whole thing. You still have the game. The other way, you don't have the game no more. So that's why it's always good to have that physical version of these devices, man. Because you're going to mention it later on. Your favorite place that makes you say, "No more digital for me. I lost way too much money." But physical is always the best way to go. Granted, they're pushing towards this all digital age with these new games coming out. Alan Wake is just going to be a digital only type of game. I don't know how I feel about that if you don't have to get the physical version. I do have digital versions of games. I'm not saying that I don't have none, but I would rather get a physical version of a game to say, hey, it's actually mine and I own it and I can feel it and touch it. It's mine. You know what I'm saying? The digital stuff, what you're going to touch space, cyberspace, internet, at least not yet. So physical's the way for me, brother. Go ahead, Fred.
And hey, yo, Tyrone, if you're watching this, give me a call. Because I tried to call you earlier, but I don't have your number. All right. So before I get into it, the reason why I say that we're not there at the digital point is because we have to buy too many accessories in order to keep our games, right? Now, I'm not an advocate for this product, but this is a product that I found on Amazon for the PlayStation 5 that allows you to make your M.2 2 drive external, right? So this goes inside of the PlayStation, and this hangs outside of it, and it does come with a heat sink that lets you put your stuff in there. I don't know how good this heat sink work, right? And then there's another device that I found also. This is M.2, the USB drive. Now, these are common, but you put your M.2 drive in here and you connect it to the USB port. And this is blue inside of it. So this is a USB 3.0. And this is the way that you transfer your data between PlayStation and all that other stuff. And I haven't tried it yet. I do have a black 2 terabyte, and I'm gonna try to transfer the files that's on there now, put it on here, put it on this, and then put it into the device that I showed you just to see if it can play. But this is the big. I'll give you 3 reasons why that this will not take off. I don't think. Okay, GameSpot. If you remember GameSpot, this is when you had your option.
Right.
GameSpot.
Yeah, it's a spot.
Oh, GameSpot. All right. This is where you had your options of DSL or you had dial-up, and you can play these games online, right? Well, GameSpy was a launcher, just like Bethesda launcher, just like Epic and Ubisoft the launchers. When you buy your games through those portals, you can only use that portal to launch your game. So if you buy something off the Epic Play Store on the computer side, then if you don't have that launcher, you're not able to play it no more. Just like Rockstar. There was I got what was that? The newest Grand Theft Auto, right? And and you can't play that unless you launch that Rockstar app. It has to go through that, just like any of those other games. Well, what happened was a couple like years ago, people were buying stuff through that. Now that software was ahead of its time, right? You can buy games, all sorts of games from other developers, and then when that, it was one day when it wasn't in existence anymore. So games back then cost between like $30. I don't think they were higher than $50. But let's say that you did pay for a game, I say on the high end like $40, like Rainbow Six or what was that? Counter-Strike and all these other games, right? If you pay that and you pay for DLC or any other mods or whatever, 30 times 100. Maybe you had 100 games in your library. Now, guess what? You lost all of that. You lost all of that. You can't retrieve it no more. Why? Because GameSpy is not in existence anymore. And that was all digital. Now we go to... which one would I want to say for last? I'll save that one for last. But like I said yesterday, it's Mike's Nemesis. It's MikeC Nemesis, right? PT that was on PlayStation 4, right? So PT to me, and I was thinking about it all day, PT to me looks better than any game that was on the PlayStation 4, and it looks better than some of the games that's currently on PlayStation 5. It's next. It was next gen before ahead of its times, right? So it was like a Silent Hills demo, but the game was awesome. The game looked so realistic, man, and people would download it, and then you didn't have enough room, enough storage, and what you happened to do, you did what Mike did. You deleted the game, thinking that hey, maybe in a year or so I can go back and re-download this. But guess what? There came a point when Mike tried to download it, and PT wasn't there no more. Right. So now people that do have PlayStation 4s that have PT on their system, you can find them on eBay, and they sell them for a lot of money because that game is so valuable. So if you have PT now, get it on an M.2 drive some way, somehow, like this little device like this, if the PlayStation 4 accepts it. And instead of putting it on a mechanical drive, because one day a mechanical drive will fail you, and then you lost that game. You can't download that game anymore, supposedly, right? Nope. So that's gone. And the biggest of them all, do y'all remember, everybody that had a PlayStation 3, or you still have a PlayStation 3, everybody that had that had PlayStation Home Beta. Mm-hmm. PlayStation Home Beta was like a second life to you, right? PlayStation Home beta was awesome. The graphics wasn't that good. It was just like SOCOM on the PlayStation 2, where the graphics weren't all that good, but it was a hell of a game to play, right? So when PlayStation Home came out, they were doing updates where, you know, they gave you your own apartment. You was able to buy furniture, and this is with real money. You was able to buy clothes, accessories, and stuff like that, and like costumes and outfits. You were able to go to the mall and shop. You was able to go to the movie theaters. You was able to go bowling. You was actually able to go out on virtual dates. And there has been some times where people have met on PlayStation Home and hooked up in real life and are together to this day. I would love to meet somebody that come on the show and share their experiences if that's the case, right? But PlayStation Home is no more. And people spent hundreds of dollars on that stuff. I would even say thousands of dollars on that, right?
Definitely, yep.
And guess what? PlayStation Home is no more. You can't play it. You still have it on your system, but the server's no longer there. So all that money that you spent on that digital content is gone, right? You never own the rights to it. They lend that stuff to you until that server went down, right? And that's the way that all these games are. We are past the days where you put in a game and you're able to play it. This is not Nintendo 64. This is not Super Nintendo. This is not even Nintendo, Genesis, NES, Atari, ColecoVision, Virtual Boy, Game Boy. I mean, we can go all the way back. These games, when you bought them, you owned them. Because guess what? If you turn your Dreamcast on, even Dreamcast had internet capability, right? Even if you play Hydro Thunder or Ready to Rumble Boxing, you can still put those discs in that machine and play it. And you don't have to worry about updating anything. You can have it unplugged. The only thing about the Dreamcast, you may have to replace the battery on it because those batteries go out and resync the time and all that other stuff. But you can pop a CD in there and you can play it. Sega CD, Sega 32X, all that. And speaking of 32X, when you buy all these digital games, you have to buy so many different hard drives to store that on. We're not at the point where we can buy a system and store these games on, because these games, when you get them, first of all, they're not completed and not all the files are on that game. Take, for instance, Mortal Kombat 1, which we gave away 5 copies to everybody that participated in the tournament, right? When you play Mortal Kombat, and I thought it was like 2 characters, right? And Mike pointed out yesterday, when you put in that game, whether you playing on the Switch, the Xbox, or the PlayStation, you're only guaranteed 3 characters out of all the people that's on there, and then like a couple of cameos, which you have to play the game to unlock. Now, I don't think you need an internet connection to unlock the cameos, right? Or the extra person that's in the game. But to play as the other characters, you have to download all that stuff. So the game is not completed. And remember, y'all, these games are still printed on Blu-ray disc. Blu-ray disc has a capacity of 25 gigs. Dual layers are 50 gigs. And dual layered Blu-rays, they're the same on both sides. They look the same on both sides. So they're written on both sides. When you get these games, they're not completed. You always have to download a day one patch for these games. So even with physical media, you still don't have all the game, right? So let's take it 6 years down the road when the new PlayStation come out and you want to boot up your old PlayStation and you want to put Mortal Kombat back in there, right? If that server's down, then you don't have that game anymore. You can't download that game anymore unless you backed it up on all these hard drives, and now you have a situation where your PlayStation 5 is looking like a 32X with all these bricks that you got plugged in the wall. These power bricks and stuff like that, and all these cords running everywhere. You know,
all over the place. Yep.
you got a power cord, you got the USB-C type cord or the USB cord, and then you got other cords. You got your camera cord, which was a waste of money. I don't know why the hell they came out with that. Then you got your charging port cord. You got your cord to charge up your controllers. You got your cord that you need your PlayStation VR 2 headset in. I mean, it's just a massive amount of clutter, and this is where we at with that at that point. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
and even with the new PlayStation, the revision of the PlayStation that's coming out, it's just stupid, man. I don't know why they did not utilize the USB-C type ports. Now, what they're saying is that there's going to be 2 USB-C type ports, and anybody that has a computer knows what USB-C type ports can do. It can produce, you can charge up your stuff, you can display things, you can use it as a internet. You can get that hub, USB-C type hub, and it has all that dual outputs for video. It'll have 2 HDMI outputs on it. It'll have a Ethernet port on it. I have one sitting right here somewhere. But you'll have all that stuff, and all that stuff is going through the USB-C type port. Now, why PlayStation didn't utilize that, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, with all that word salad, man, I hope y'all got the point that I was trying to make, but it's not going to work. It's in our opinion, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
It's not a long haul type of thing. It's not.
Yeah.
But hey, if you want less clutter with the opportunity of you not to have that game, go ahead, digital. But hey, to each his own, brother. We just like to tell you how we feel about it.
Yeah. And it's going to cost you. M.2 drives, until they go down in price, you're paying $80 for maybe 1 terabyte.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying $300 for at least like 2 terabyte. And I don't know how much it's going to cost you for this new 4 terabyte that PlayStation has coming out.
Yeah. Because on average, Fred, each game is like 100 to 150 gigs.
Correct.
Each game. Call of Duty just is crazy, like 250 gigs. Call of Duty is just a monster. But yeah, you just think about how many games you have, and I know you have a very extensive library of games. You know what I'm saying? And with this new generation of games, 150 gigs each one, you get a 2 terabyte. Maybe you want to say maybe 10 games, if that. 10 games, if that.
They got to be like a Sonic game or something like that. It ain't going to be no Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or Tekken. You're talking about over 100 gigs worth of information. Yeah,
and that's a lot, but hey, there it is, man. You want to...
yeah, and I forgot to mention something. Do you remember the days of when the Blu-rays actually took over, when they had the battle between the HDD drive from Microsoft and then you had the Blu-ray, right? Mm-hmm. I was thinking about that today because I was talking to my man Ant, and I asked him, right? I was like, do they put zip folders on these game discs, and then the PlayStation or the Xboxes, when you put them in, they extract them? Because you can zip a file and make it smaller and then put it on a disc. You can unzip the file.
Yeah, you can compress it.
Yeah. It may be that's Mark calling. Mark, are you watching the show? Hold on. Let me Hey Mark, I'm streaming live. What's going on? You watching the show?
It's like, bro, I'm trying to chat, bro. Y'all act like y'all can't see me over here, man.
Oh, my bad. This is
You used to watch the screen if I can't interact, man.
Hey, y'all welcome Mark, Elbow Media Studios. This is the guy that he tells me I need to shave because I look like a backup singer for Teddy Pendergrass. So he get on me every time I don't shave. This is also the guy. I blame him for staying up late at night and purchasing stuff off Amazon. Let me tell you what Mark did, right? He said, yo, man, the Steam Deck, you got to get it. You got to get it, man. It's just that and the third. You better get it, right? So I was in fear for my life. and I bought I bought the Steam Deck because Elbow Media Studios threatened me so bad that I had to purchase it. I had to call him back and I said, Mark, I purchased it. He said, you better had, and then he hung up the phone.
God damn. Is that what he did?
Oh, man.
Man, I'm y'all biggest fan.
Hey, man, appreciate it, bro.
And send me my damn Mortal Kombat. That's all I got.
Oh, I got you. Well, won't you say something about the? I mean, you know what we're talking about, right? Like the digital versus the physical. What is your opinion on digital and physical media?
I feel like the digital is a ripoff for the simple fact that if I can't own it, it ain't mine. If I don't have a physical copy, it ain't mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't tell me like I like what Mike was saying. If I get banned or if my internet don't, whatever, I can't play my game. I'm not used to that.
Right.
I understand digital for the convenience, but at the end of the day, I like having physical because physical tells me that it's mine.
Yep.
Digital tells me that, hey, you
Loaded.
downloaded it, but yeah.
Yeah. Like you're renting it. Feel like you're renting it.
It ain't yours anymore. And
Yeah.
that don't gel with me.
And
you know what I mean? Now, you know what? I will say this: if they're gonna do it like that, then they need to change the price, or they need to let us pay a subscription to where we can play any game we want, and we don't own it, just like they do for music.
right.
If you want to do it that way, but let me tell you, they're not gonna do that because the gaming industry is a multi-billion-dollar business, and the publishers are not gonna go for that. They want that bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And there was something I was going to say before we had closed the show. But Mark, you had the PlayStation 3, right? You had the PlayStation 3.
I have the PlayStation 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. Do you remember when Blu-ray disc first came out, and you had to download something? It was a patch that you had to download even before you played the disc.
Yeah, that's when they first started all that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what.
But my bag, we had I wasn't looking at the chat. But let me close out the show. Appreciate you coming on the show, man. And that Mortal Kombat will come out to you pretty soon. Just drop me the PO box and
All right,
call me or text me.
I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, thanks, bro.
Thanks, man.
All right, peace.
All right, yeah. We want to thank Mark for coming on. And I'm sorry if we didn't respond to anybody in chats, but I wasn't looking at the chat. But we apologize for that. But Tyrone, again, if you're listening or watching it, give me a call because I tried to call you and the number that Mike has for you is no longer. So send me your number through Facebook and then I'll call you once we get off this thing. But that's what it is, man. Digital is not going to work. And like we said, we forgot to mention this about if you go inside the Best Buy right now, look at the shelves on Best Buy. You don't see hardly any physical media.
Mm-hmm.
None at all. But you know what's so strange? I seen something on Facebook where they were showing records that came out. Then they showed tapes. Then they showed CDs. Then they showed MP3 players, and then they showed records again, right? And as a music producer, at myself, and I don't know if Mark would agree with this. If you do, Mark, type it in the chat. But there's no sound better than hearing a record on wax.
That's what they always say. Yep.
CD.
That's no better sound, brother.
That digital don't cut it. That is something about. Music being on that wax. It does not compare to anything else. It doesn't compare to any MP3s. I mean, you can go play a old Isley Brothers record and it'll sound better
Oh boy.
But
hey, just re-mention that contest again so everybody can know what's going on with that.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks everybody for watching, but we want to say this again. We want to give away a big surprise Christmas Day. So from starting next week, we're playing Pac-Man. Pac-Man, you're going to get the highest score. If you keep the highest score, you get the prize. Now, depending on how many people participate in this, that will determine the prize that we're giving out. And it only costs you $1. You get an extra try if somebody defeats your score, right? And the game that we're going to be playing on PlayStation it's called Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, right? So Mike is going to have a copy of that, and I'm going to have a copy of that. If you have Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, then what you do is first you got to subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel. Then you have to hit us up on Facebook because that's the way that we like to communicate to you. We don't do Instagram and stuff like that. The show does have an Instagram page, but I rarely use it. Then you have to send Mike and I a friend request. All this stuff is in the description below. Then you have to send us, donate your $1 to the Cash App, and it's really 50 cents a game. So you can go to the website. The website is up and running. I just have to send y'all the link. But you can go to the website and you can see if you're on the top leaderboard. There's only going to be one name up there and their gamer's tag or their real name or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And how we're going to verify this is that either if you have the game or you can share play with us, and you have to have the ability to share play. So we'll do it live. I'll record it live, put it on the internet, Facebook and YouTube, because we multi-stream on both platforms, and you can see and witness it yourself. Now, depending on how many people participate in this, like I said, it's depending on the prize. I want to be able to give away a Quest 2 headset, right? Mm-hmm. That's the goal that we're looking for. But if we don't get enough participation on this, I'm not going to give away that type of prize, right? It's going to be something well worth it, but it's not going to be that. So let's say, for instance, we get less than like 50 people that participate, right? There's no way I'm giving away an Oculus headset. There's no way. It's going to be something fabulous that you would love, of course, but it's not going to be the Oculus headset, right? That's the goal that we're trying to give away. So on Christmas morning, we're going to end it at 1 o'clock p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, right? And we will announce the winner. I mean, we don't even have to announce a winner. You could go on the website, the scoreboard, and you can see if you won or not. We want y'all to keep checking the scoreboard and to see if you win. And if this kicks off, maybe we'll do something like a Frogger high score challenge. We want to do a game where old school people know how to play this, because you got some old school cats out there that's not really into the modern warfare or the Mortal Kombats and stuff like that, but they can play the hell out of Frogger. They can cross that street like ain't nobody business. You know what I'm saying? And they the good people when they get that, the one all the way on the right, that first one, when they hit that the first time, you know what I'm saying? That'd be the first frog that they put in that box. That's the ones that you could tell, like, oh yeah, he's something. You know what I'm saying? He's something. Hey, he's something, all right. But yeah. So that's it, man. We it's going to start next week. I did say that it would start today or this week. when we streamed
Next
yesterday.
week.
But let's start it next week. That way it'll give me time to do what I need to do. Mike has to get his copy of the Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. And if you already have it, it's a great game, you know what I'm saying, for mother-in-laws and people that don't really play games. And they can play it, come over your house and play it at holidays. Everybody knows how to play Pac-Man, man. Everybody knows how to play Pac-Man. And you just may have that Pac-Man fever and walk away with a hell of a prize. All right? But
we do here at the Gamer Show. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And again, thank you, Mark, for chiming in and coming in and giving us your thoughts. I'm sorry we wasn't looking at the chat, but we are live, y'all. And but yeah, man, that's the broski. And I know you got to go, Mike, but let me tell you something about Mark, right? Oh, what's up, Chimmy? And I did see a thing on Facebook. What's going on, bro? Chimmy is one of our guys that win damn nearly every contest we have. He didn't even play the Mortal Kombat joint. He substitute somebody else, and he wound up winning anyway. And his man's wound up winning. And Mark, I'll send that out to you. But this is the power of gaming and good community. When we first started the show, I was watching before we started the show, I was watching other people's streams and I was complimenting them on the stream. Like, yo, what camera are you using? What software are you using? Didn't know any of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And then as me being a videographer and a music creator, you know, I did have professional cameras and stuff like that. I had everything that I needed. I just didn't know what I needed to do this.
Make it happen.
The show, right? Yeah, to make it happen. And everything I found out on my own, right? And so I said, if I ever get the chance to bless somebody with the knowledge that I know, hey man, you can have it. It's so many channels that you can select from to watch these shows and get your information. And when we tell you something, just don't take our word for it. You can go watch another channel and see, you know, just don't make up your mind with what we say, because this is our opinion. It may not be factual to you, but this is factual to us. And then go out and seek other people's opinions, and then you'll know. And I can remember when Mark hit me up and he was like, yo, something like, he liked to stream and this, that, and the third and some other stuff, right? And I think, I don't know if he asked me what I used to do the stream, but I'm proud of this dude, man, because he went from going from channel to channel, getting views and stuff like that, to having one hell of members. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at Elbow Media Studios, you'll see how many people following them versus the people that's following us right now. I'm so proud of that dude. You know what I'm saying? So he big up to Mark, and big up to Eric too, because Eric was one of the ones that reached out to us, and this man invited us to his house. If y'all don't know the story,
many times.
Check it out. One of the best.
Hey, look, check out one of the green apple jumps that we did for it.
Oh yeah. Because he was the one that hooked us on to the Crown Royal. I never knew nothing about Crown Royal. When Foxy Brown had said something in her, she sent me a Crown Royal with a nose attached. I didn't know what the hell she was talking about until I taste that thing, and boy, that changed my life for the better. You hear what I say? So, thank you, Eric. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So it's anybody that's trying to do this type of content, and you don't have anybody to reach out to, or you watch somebody on Facebook or YouTube and you want to get into it, just hit us up, man. You know what I'm saying? And we'll bless you. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you everything that I know, because it's so much. I'm not trying to hold the secrets. We're not trying to hold the secrets to ourselves, right? It's plenty of room for you to expand.
Everybody's success, yep.
The YouTube universe is so damn big. It's like another universe. So if I can help you shine or do what you do, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I mean? When you make that $1 million, just donate like a couple of dollars to
The Gamer Show.
The Gamer Show. You know what I'm saying? Don't donate us like $10 a piece, so me and Mike can go get 5 wings and rice. Hey, well done. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're asking for. $10 a piece. $10 a piece. So
$10 a piece. Huh?
so me and Mike can go get 5 wings and rice with mumbo sauce, fried hard from Eddie Leonard's. $10 to him, $10 to me.
Fantastic.
So, but
hey, man. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Man, like always, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Make sure you hit that bell to be notified when we drop videos like these. Tell people about what we do here at the Gamer Show and these contests, man. Participation the key. The more we participate, the bigger prizes and the more stuff we can do for you guys. Remember, we're not sponsored. We're doing this all by ourselves, brother. So we appreciate everything you guys do, and thanks for tuning in.
And if you think we BSing you, check everybody that won all that stuff from us, especially the Mortal Kombat one that just came out. If you're watching this and you was one of the ones that won it, hashtag I got the game from the Gamer Show, Nanny Boo Boo. Let's make that a trend. To everybody that didn't participate, and Mark, you'll get your copy pretty soon, bro. And damn, I forgot how to close out the show.
See you next time.
Oh yeah, all right. We'll see y'all later.
Later, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, y'all.
All right, and let me just find the damn end of the show button. Wait, that's the gameplay. That's the oh, there you go. All right, see y'all.